does. Almost immediately it's gone back down to just watching the frame counter here. Now it's back to just going up and down, up and down. When you have the frame rate doing that, it's more indicative of, or indicative, I guess, if you want to pronounce it correctly, of hard drive issues. Or maybe you're writing to a sector or a spot that's not quite pristine on the hard drive. Without Fraps running, I get straight 50 frame rate from this, and I think that's because I have VSync running. If I turned off VSync, I'd probably get a better frame rate, but it would be have screen tearing. Let's see though, just for the hell of it. Vertical sync off. No, still doing it. I got some screen tearing going on there too. Let's see. Just trying to figure out what I need to do to get this to work properly. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording again until I get this figured out. I'm just testing it at the moment. I actually have it set to a lower resolution, just to check that. And I did change a couple other things as well, and closed a few background programs.
Refill your stock by returning to Masyaf.
So if it's still, if it doesn't like this time, we can try putting it back at 1920 by 1080. Right now it's at 1280 by 720. Also deleted a few things off of
Altair, it seems my students do not fully understand what it is to wield a blade.
blah blah blah.
Perhaps you could show them what you know.
Already did this once. Of course I didn't save it, so I gotta redo it.
Perfect.
Although I think the lag right now is because I don't have it set to a
The work of a master.
I don't have it forcing the frame rate to 50 like I did
That,
before.
my students, is how we all should fight.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
You will die. You must be busy. I understand. Do not merely hold your blade, become one with it.
So if it's still dropping out frame rate, then it's probably a hard drive issue. But I closed some background programs and also upped my GPU clock a little bit, as well as rose my GPU clock and dropped my memory clock a little bit, just in case for some reason that was causing an issue. So there's no sudden drops yet, like we were having before. It's usually down here near the city square where we start getting those choppy drops at. They could just be also crappy optimization for the PC version of the game. No, it's still pretty stable. I guess it could have been those background programs. So I'm gonna go ahead and try reinstating the frame limit on Fraps. Alright, so let's see what happens now. Got the frame rate back on here. Frame rate limiter. So far it seems pretty good.
What's he doing that for?
It's not dropping out really badly. What about quality though? Quality still looks kind of good. I mean, it is an HD resolution, and it should losslessly upscale to 1920 by 1080. But I really wanted to be able to record it in full HD. Looks like we'll have to go for a 920 or well, I'm gonna go ahead and check it on the full resolution just to see what happens. First, let me get out of this area though, so we don't have to redo all that. Let's get up on this horse here. Oh, let's choose the white horse. Just seems better to pick it because it fits better with the clothing that Altair wears. If he had on more of the black garb like what Al-Mualim wears, I'd take one of the darker colored horses. I think this way you stand out a little bit less than if you had, a guy dressed in white with a darker colored horse. That would draw more attention than a guy clothed in white on a white horse. Also, look at the running animation for the horse on this one, on this game. Look at this. It's comical, really. It's like it's a what are those? Crap. Hate it when this happens. Things just totally fly out of your mind when you think of them. Antelope. How they run with the just crazy high leap. Whenever they run around on the side of mountains. It's what it looks like. It's like things like jumping in the air like crazy. However, the horse movement and control in this game is light years ahead of Two Worlds, the first one. The horse movement on the first Two Worlds.
When the animus shows you are being watched by an informed guard, you should blend immediately.
This is totally crappy. Alright, so we got saving now. The reason we have to save it, and I also found a bug here. Oops.
Whoa.
That assassin over there shows up as red. He shouldn't be red, he should be blue. Blue indicates red indicates an enemy, whereas blue indicates an ally. And if you kill that assassin there, you actually get attacked by everybody. So it's definitely a bug, an oversight by Ubisoft. But anyway, the reason you have to do that is because when you change the resolution, it will, change your multi-sampling down to some other value. Especially at the higher resolutions, it forces you to use a specific multi-sampling. See, it sets it down to 1, so you have to go into the file and reset it manually, so let me go ahead and do it.
Jar
Alright, we're
carriers
back.
can easily break your cover if you cause them to drop what they're carrying.
Let's see what the frame rates do this time. Damn, here we go again. I guess it's just the strain on the CPU and graphics card is too large to handle with Fraps recording, which is very interesting. So I'm gonna have to reset it back down to 720. So we will be right back yet again. Okay, I forgot. On the 720, you don't have to, you don't have to restart it because it allows you to mess with the multi-sampling, but at the full resolution, 1920 by 1080 are those really higher HD resolutions. It doesn't allow you to. And we have our first introduction to viewpoints, which allow you to explore the map area around the viewpoint that you are engaging. You can also increase your synchronization bar after you do enough of these. Well, as part of a yeah, see, there it goes. Part of the sync bar. So, when going around soldiers, you don't even want to gallop. If you gallop, you'll be spotted because you'll be at the red flashing insignia, no matter what, during this in this area here. See, even if you just get too close to them without even giving them any reason to suspect that you're an assassin, they'll attack you. So you really want to try to avoid them at the beginning here, at least until you get counter kills. Once you get counter kills, then it's really easy to get rid of these guys. As long as you have good timing. If you have crappy timing, then there's not really much we can do for you. So we're off to Damascus. That's where our first target's at.
Yeah.
However, you can do blend to be able to pass by guards that are really constricting your or restricting your path of movement. I would not suggest going on any of these towers right now. Save it for later when you come back through and during Memory Block 3 when you have counter kills. It's just a lot easier to deal with it then because you can deal with any guards attacking you then. Whereas if you do it right now, you can be in real trouble by having to fight off a lot of enemies. Only being able to use counter kill or combo kills, which puts you at an extreme disadvantage. There are a ton of flags to be found in this outer area, though. This outer world area. You can see two of them right there, just within, eyesight right there. There's also a few, not really a few, but tons of other ones around here. There's probably around 13 or 14 just in this area, in total. And this one little village area here, I think. If not, maybe 6 or 7, but there are a ton. One good thing, though, is that you can just run by these guards, as long as you don't stick around them too long and don't do the full-on galloping charge thing. You don't have to worry about them attacking. If you do this by them, you're screwed. Or at least you'll be noticed, not necessarily screwed. You can still outrun them. I don't think they're able to get onto horses in this game. There's a part coming up, though, where you do have to do this. Gallop past him. And that's here, and also there's a huge, look at this, huge just number of guards right there. I've actually fought and am able to defeat all those guys. Only can do it with counter kill, though. Can't do it with combo kills, it's not possible. There's too many enemies. Damn it. Okay, there we go. Another thing to watch out for is the Templars. Scattered around through this area, you will find a lot of Templars just kind of sitting around by their own. They can be kind of hard to deal with. The only way to deal with them at first is either to combo kill or assassinate. Once you get counter killed, you still can't really kill them that way either. All you do is knock them to the ground. What you need to do though is keep hitting them when they're on the ground, or use your hidden blade to assassinate them when you knock them down. When you have counter kills. But I wouldn't recommend fighting them until you have at least another bar of health, maybe 2 or even not 3. Just because they are a pain in the ass to deal with. Turn the volume up a bit here.
Damascus.
Damn, infidel! You're dead forever!
That's the reality of combo kills. You don't get anything like you had in the training grounds. I guess you do. They're really hard to pull off, though.
Thank you, my boy. I only wish my sons were half as brave as you. I'll see to it that they hear this tale and know what it is to be a true hero.
Who could have done such a thing?
That's different from the first one.
You are
The original
wise
one.
indeed, which is why you've come to me. Finest wares in all the land.
Like what you see? Could I interest you in some of my wares? Something caught your eye?
So you essentially have 3 main goals in this game throughout. You have the main story quest, which are completed in sections of gaining entrance to the city of your target, finding the Assassin's Bureau, and then locating information about your target. And once you've done that, finding and executing your target.
I have exactly
Want a
what you need.
bargain? I'm your man! Come, come!
Then you also have the
I've decided to
secondary
reduce
quests
prices
like
on
saving citizens.
Hey, you look familiar.
Finest wares in all the land.
I am at your service.
Do you understand?
Yes, I am to deliver the letter to your merchant friend.
And you know who to see?
The same man as always.
Do not think to betray my presence in this city. We have many eyes, many ears.
And many arms, yes. Good for silencing those who say too much. I know this well. You have my word.
Good. Then be quick about it. Time is short.
You won't find better prices anywhere. If you're tired of
You know, it's great. I'm not going to do it out of order like that.
Leave now and
Going to kill someone at your
your
life.
life now.
He's hiring.
Oh, what the hell?
What are you doing? Move! I will catch you! They go against the will of God! It must be made to pay! Get away from me! Stop running! You cannot escape! You won't get away from me!
That was an epic fail.
I'll have your hand for that.
That was a fail of epic proportions.
Die, thief!
But I'm not going to do them out of order. I mean, you can.
Die, thief!
I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm not going to. What I will do is I will find the, oops,
Dirty thief, I'll have your hand for that.
I'll find a couple of these viewpoints.
The fires of war consume the land, and thousands of...
Came in too late with the jump command.
You dare steal in my presence? That will cost you your life! Thief! You are filth!
Please,
Although it
someone
is
do something.
You dare
beneficial
steal
to try
my
and get rid of these
presence?
guys.
Please,
That
someone
will
do
do this
cost
right
you
away.
your life!
Tamahal.
I'll have your head!
I'll just try to kill as many as possible.
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me. I owe you my freedom, stranger.
So it's good to get a few of those under your belt. Sorry for the noise real quick here. It's always good to get a few of those underneath your belt because the rewards that you get for freeing them can help you later on.
You've something to say?
Please, help me.
You need something?
Die, thief!
Why are you doing this to me?
One thing you have to be careful about here is that you don't want to hit any of the oh, what the hell? There's 5 of them. Maybe there's somebody nearby. And there's a good example of what can happen. You go in to do a combo kill, or to try it, and you get interrupted by...
How can one expect you to keep me?
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me.
And they can get in there and interrupt you like that.
None know the man better than I. Come close. Hear the tale I have to tell of a merchant prince without peer. 'Twas just before Hattin. The Saracens were low on food and in desperate need of resupply, but there was no relief in sight. So Tamir gave the man his food, and when the battle was finished, the Saracen leader saw to it that the merchant was repaid 1,000 times. Tamir drove a caravan in those days between Damascus and Jerusalem. But recent business had been poor. It seemed there were none in Jerusalem who wanted what he had, fruits and vegetables from nearby farms. Was just before Hattin. The Saracens were low on food and in desperate need of resupply, but there was no relief in sight. So Tamir gave the man his food, and when the battle was finished, the Saracen leader saw to it that the merchant was repaid 1,000 times. So Tamir gave the man his food.
Altair, it is good to see you, and in one piece.
You as well, friend.
I am sorry for your troubles. Think nothing of it. A few of your brothers were here earlier, in fact. Oof, if you'd heard the things they said, I'm certain you'd have slain them where they stood.
It's quite all right.
Yes, you've never been one for the creed, have you?
Is that all?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the Mass?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it. Now tell me where to find him.
Surely you remember how to track an enemy.
Of course. Learn where he will be and when. But that sort of work is best left for...
I understand. Go and search the city. Determine what he's planning and where he works. Preparation makes the victor.
What can you tell me of him?
Tamir makes his living as a black market merchant, so the souk district should be your destination. I would suggest you seek out the following places. A small souk northeast of here, the madrasa to our east, and in the gardens north of this bureau. Focus on these places and you should become well known to you.
I assume you want me to return to you when this is done.
Yes. Come back to me. I'll give you Al-Muallim's marker and you'll give us Tamir's life.
As you wish.
Remember, Altair, if you find yourself in trouble and the city turned against you, return to the bureau. I can shelter you from the storm. Be warned though, if your enemies are too close, my door will remain closed until you've lost them. Do you understand?
Yes. To bring the enemy inside would compromise the Brotherhood.
Very well. Off you go.
Dirty thief! I'll have your hand for that!
Please!
You've something to
help
say?
me. What is that man doing?
You dare steal in my presence? That will cost you your life!
Now comes the English king and his infidel army. They leave horrors in their wake. Salah-ad-Din rides to meet him, that these barbarous acts might be avenged. Pray that God, glorious and exalted is he, finds favor with us, that he may grant us victory. Praise be Salah-ad-Din.
One thing you have to be careful of is the guards on rooftops. In the beginning areas they aren't really as prominent, but as you get into the third memory blocks, they will become more prominent and a real pain as well. Especially in Jerusalem. So they're all over the place in Jerusalem. Oh.
You need something?
I'm telling you, it's rats. No, it's children. I hear them laughing. Rats or children. Either way, it's bad for business. All that noise! Someone needs to get up on those beams and clear them out. I wonder how they're getting up there. Must be through the central courtyard. Then we should ask the guard to have a look. Ah, they're all much too busy polishing the backside of their master.